everyone. Thank you for the opportunities that you gave me. Today, I'd like to present to you my research about development of sound wave students worksheet integrated with augmented reality program to increase students' critical thinking skill. I'm Nadia Damayanti from Perspective. On this special occasion, I would like to tell you about the background first, why I did this research. This concept came from several problems that were found in sound wave class. This material itself is actually close to the daily life of the student. However, based on a lot of research, some students thought this is one of the hardest material in physics class, and the difficulty came from the abstractism of the material because they contain a lot of abstract pictures of the sound wave frequencies and so on and so forth. Moreover, in the high school level, teachers tend to make them memorize all of the math formula, the models, without giving them the real contextualization and real visualization with interactive and interesting media. That is why the interactive learning media is needed to solve this problem. In several research projects, augmented reality and student worksheet were used to give the real experience on how the student can feel the abstract concept and context in some of the subject. That is why the researchers was trying to develop a sound wave student worksheet integrated with augmented reality in order to give the better visualization and contextualism toward the student and also to increase their critical thinking skills to support them in the newest curriculum, which is Curriculum Nacional. This research was conducted using 4D from research and development model, which began from define, design, develop, and disseminate. The define stage consists of the problem analysis and instrument arrangement. And the next one is the design stage that consists of the instrument and product design plan. Lastly, the development stage consists of the development of the instrument and product and also the experiment. And this is the research design where the student split into three kinds of groups. First group was the experiment one group that used the student worksheet integrated with augmented reality that was developed. And the second one was the group that used the student worksheet with black and white type of picture and only QR code that linked them into the YouTube video, just like the normal students worksheet in the general. And lastly, the control group that used the textbook from the teacher. And this is the critical thinking skills indicator. There are 5 critical thinking skill indicators. First one is elementary qualification, which is we are trying to make the student can analyze their argument, and the basic support, which is the student can observing and considering the result. And the third one is inference, which is the student can induct and consider the induction result, and also the advanced clarification, which the student can identify the assumption, and also the last ones, the strategy and tactics, which is the student can decide everything that they do in the experiment process. And here are the product that was developed by the researchers. The first one is the application that is consists of the camera or the scanning part. The second one is the information page and also the instruction. Meanwhile, the student worksheet on the right side is consist of the purpose of the learning materials and also the experiment steps, result, and also the discussion page. And this is the results of the validation instrument that reviewed by 2 lecturers, 2 practitioners, and also 4 peer reviewers. It showed that the product based on the material and also the media aspect was categorized good with the average score of 2.95 and 3.04 because the range score for the feasibility of the product in material aspect was 2.737 until 3.65, and for the media aspect was between 2.69 until 3.59. And the next one is the feasibility of the student critical thinking skill instrument using the VI can based on 8 rater with a rating scale of 5. and the score showed the range between 0.9065 until 1, and it is valid because it passed the VICAN criteria, which is 0.85. And this is the empirical test result of the QUEST program to find the infant MNSQ, which showed the score between 0.93 until 1.06, or it can be categorized as a fit score. And the sample of its empirical tests were 144 students from 4 classes. Furthermore, the summary of the item showed number of 0.69, and summary of the case estimate is 0.71, with which is disease can be defined that the critical thinking skill item were reliable enough to be used to test the impact of the product toward the student critical thinking skill. The next one is the comparison between the group. We can see that the significant impact from the pre into the post test was shown by the experiment group 1 with the percentage of 15.39% compared to the other groups. It also supports with the statistic analysis using SPSS of its effect size that show the significance of the pair 1 from the pre and also the post test of the experiment group 1, which is showed the score of the 0.028, which is smaller than 0.05 of it, which it means that the student worksheet integrated with the augmented reality had impact on student critical thinking skill. And in conclusion, this research found that the student worksheet in sound wave material integrated with the augmented reality was feasible to be used based on the material and also the media aspect. And also the student worksheet integrated with the augmented reality had significant impact to enhance the student critical thinking skill in sound wave class compared to the experiment group 2, which only used the student worksheet without the integration with the augmented reality, and also the control group that only used the textbook as the general student use in the current status quo. And that is the presentation from me. Thank you for your attention. Goodbye.